Showtime for the Raptors as they pulled into the building, a squad that looks more than ready for the game ahead of them. Well, the weekend has officially begun, and we welcome you to this 2K Sports presentation of NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me at the table, Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And we've also got Hall of Famer David Aldridge reporting from the sidelines. DA, take it away.
Thanks very much. Now, improving NBA officiating has gone high-tech. Today, the NBA uses the proprietary game review system, which is broken down from double-digit camera angles. Analysts spend a day or two dissecting each game. And Kevin, that data is used for evaluating, training, and communication with the teams.
Isn't that something? I mean, every day there's something new. Fascinating stuff, DA. Thank you. Here are the five for the Raptors. Sharing the wing spots for them, it'll be Trent Jr. and Anunoby. Inside for him, it's Barnes and Siakam. And it's Van Vliet in at the point, and for Brooklyn, Durant is out there with O'Neal. Then it's Simmons. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Claxton in at the 5. And Richard, for players that are off to a slow start to their season, what do they have to do to get rolling?
Yeah, your confidence can really take a hit with a bad set of games early on, but it's important. It's just a start of your season. It is a long season, so if you have a bad stretch, you just got to keep grinding, keep working, doing all the things that you know are right.
And not lose sight of your objective and staying in your lane, right?
Yeah, it's such a long season. If you have a bad 10, 15 games, that is nothing over the course of a season.
Now, here's Irving. Really struggled in the loss against New Orleans. Pass to Van Vliet. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And terrific hustle from Van Vliet in transition, getting up court fast to finish the fast break.
O'Neal passes to Claxton. Back to O'Neal. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Yeah, going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
Yeah, it's nice to see him be assertive instead of settling for a jump shot, especially in the first quarter.
And Siakam throws it down.
And great find by Van Vliet. He's in control of this offense and generally makes good decisions.
Outside Durant. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Siakam.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there. And never say never, but we might never see another player who combines the length and guard skills of Kevin Durant. He's a player who completely breaks the mold.
2 shots.
First free throw is good. And when you think about Durant's singularity as a player, Steve Kerr said he's more gifted than Michael Jordan. Greg, what do you think of that?
Well, Steve's had a first-hand view coaching KD and playing alongside Jordan. He didn't say greater, but more gifted. I think it's a conversation.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
Well, KD still a net after asking for a trade. The team looked, but didn't feel a deal was there. And Durant will continue to play, but you feel like this story could drag on until the trade deadline or beyond.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Pass to O'Neal. Over Trent. And again, no good by Brooklyn. The Raptors have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. It drops for his 3rd basket. He's missed only 1 shot.
Out to a hot start. 4 makes and 5 shots to begin this ball game.
O'Neal dishes to Irving. Six to shoot. Back to O'Neal. Over Trent. Rebound by the Raptors. Coming into this having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
And that one was all about offensive execution, running your plays, picking your spots.
And no team is going to shoot 50% every night, but this team has the right approach. When the shots are falling, they can light it up.
And that rejection had some mustard on it. Huge, huge play.
And an early swat like that can really set the tone. Now the shooters will be feeling his presence.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Nets trail by 6. And here is Simmons. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against New Orleans. KD against Anunoby. Lays it up off the glass.
Tough hoop from Kevin Durant. KD makes those look way easier than they actually are.
Van Vliet on the wing. Trent outside. Cans the shot from the wing.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
Here's Irving. Gary Trent Jr. making his last shot, and they'll keep possession. Van Vliet outside. Trent outside. Lets the 3 fly. There's the feed to Barnes. Back to Siakam. Over Claxton. Siakam misses.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
And Ben Simmons, the epitome of a point forward.
He passes it well and plays huge for a guard at 6'11". It's crazy. It is very rare to see a player of his size with his skill set.
Free throw drops for KD.
Well, I play for the New Jersey Nets, and look, they made that move across the Hudson back in 2012, relocating to Brooklyn, which I think was the right move.
Now, here's Trent. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Cleveland. A second chance effort, and there's the nice layup by Barnes.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Now here's Simmons. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. There's the pass to O'Neal. Kicks to Irving. Just 5 on the clock. Crafty move. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Claxton, no good. And well over a decade in Brooklyn for the Nets. Richard, what kind of impact has that move had on the franchise?
Well, look, it's been great. The arena is fantastic. The fan base is growing. And more importantly, their ability to attract top-tier free agents like KD and Kyrie. They do not join the Nets if they're still in Jersey.
Here's Simmons. Gary Trent Jr. making his last shot. And they double up Simmons. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
A strong physical player in his own right. Simmons finishing through the contact.
Passes it to Van Vliet. Here's Barnes. Siakam trying to free himself up. And there's Barnes. That's good on the assist from Van Vliet.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Barnes against Irving. Out left to the wing. O'Neal. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Siakam's got 7 rebounds in the game.
See, what a rough quarter for him. Nothing seemingly going his way.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
It's stolen. And now the fast break. Irving with the ball. Outside, Simmons. Outside Durant. Back to Simmons. On the wing, Irving. Covered by Van Vliet. And it's denied. Sent back by Siakam. Claxton with the bucket. And here are the Raptors now, leading by 5. Van Vliet passes to Trent. Here's Anunoby. Siakam outside. Back to Anunoby. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Takes it from 10, and the Raptors tack on 2 more.
Strong start here early. 4 of his first 5 made.
And the Nets decide to take their first time out here. Greg, when you look at Toronto, they have a lot of length and defensive switchability.
They swarm opposing stars and tend to make it very difficult in those passing lanes. So a great profile for a modern NBA defense.
Brooklyn making some changes. Sharps checked in for Royce O'Neal. Edwards comes in for Kevin Durant. And Thomas subbed in for Irving. A new group in now for the Raptors. Ken Burge is checked in for Siakam. Achua comes in for Scotty Barnes. Porter's checked in for OG Anunoby. And Flynn subbed in for Trent. Here's Claxton. He dishes it to Thomas. Pass to Claxton. Fires the 3. Rebound by the Raptors. Here's Flynn. It's good. And it's a 9-point Toronto lead.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
Outside, Simmons. And they call an illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You gotta focus on the details.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. And the Nets, Richard, are trying to build a legacy where they're recognized as one of the league's true glamour franchises.
And they've got the star power and they've got the market. You got an ownership that is willing to pay for it. They will do everything, but ultimately it's going to be the players and how they perform on the court that will dictate how this success is viewed.
The infrastructure is there. Now can they get the players to fill the role? Now Achua. Flynn with it. Pocket 6. Back to Porter from deep. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Ben Simmons hits the bucket.
And this is how Simmons puts up points. He challenges you close at the rim more often than not, having the physical advantage.
Now here's Van Vliet. Coming off a solid outing against Cleveland. Pass to Achua. The dunk by Achua.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Couldn't come up with a much better start than this. They just have to keep it going.
And perfect positioning from Van Vliet, wanting to block shots whenever he can. Great instinct.
Achua finds Porter. Birch with it. And it's Van Vliet, top of the key. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And his ability to efficiently score, that's really helped him out in this one, putting them ahead on the scoreboard.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Raptors. throw good, Van Vliet. And Fred Van Vliet, a player who has always shot well from outside.
And Kevin Van Vliet has continued to kind of take on more of an offensive load, increased his volume while maintaining efficiency. Not every player able to do that.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Flynn kicks to Porter. Van Vliet up top. 5 to shoot. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Now here's Simmons. The pass to Claxton. Simmons inside. Covered by Achua. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
And that's where Simmons wants to operate as a scorer. Foul line down.
Pass to Achua. Simmons against Flynn. Pass to Van Vliet. It's hauled in by Claxton.
That's just a bucket. Look, you expect him to make. It's tough when he misses those.
Edwards can't hit.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Porter. That one doesn't go. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, and the second chance points, guys, mean a lot over the course of a game. And they just had so few opportunities. And I think that was their Achilles heel.
And when you're giving up offensive boards, it's a simple fix. You need to raise your effort level.
Markieff Morris is checked in for the Nets. Mills comes in for Ben Simmons. Now here's Flynn, following the miss by Otto Porter.
The Raptors are only a few years removed from its championship in 2019. Boy, a lot has changed since then.
First trip to the line for him here.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
The free throw drops for Flynn. And both free throws good from Flynn.
Now he's perfectly comfortable doing work at the line.
And it's Mills with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. 15-point game. Down low. And then Sharp with the dunk.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Outside Porter. Outside Flynn. Van Vliet outside. Off target from three-point range. The Nets shooting 47% here so far. And it goes down 2 points.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And all of a sudden, that man was just on the other end. Wow.
Now here's Van Vliet. 14 points for him. Young with no one around. And the Raptors miss again.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, easy call.
Third team foul.
The Nets shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
Cameron Thomas. And out the line, shooting 2.
Shooting 2. And the first one at the line is good. Edmund Sumner's checked in for Sharp. And Toronto also making a switch. Boucher is checked in. That one is no good.
And after that trade request this summer, Kevin Durant's still a Brooklyn Net. The offers weren't enough to move the needle, and the decision was made to run it back. One thing's for sure, when you've got KD, you've got a chance.
Here's Mills, following the basket by Fred VanVleet. Mills passes to Edwards. Releases. They get it back. Morris. And Morris throws it down.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback. That one drops for him.
It's been all VanVleet tonight. One of the best undrafted players in league history.
Guys, it's been all about Fred VanVleet for the Toronto Raptors. He was a true standout at the offensive end, both with his scoring and his passing. And we'll be right back after this.
Let's go, everyone. I needed to get loud.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And for the Raptors, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Well, they... use the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
In this league, it is so hard scoring in the half court, so you have to run every time you get the opportunity.
Raptors leading by 12. So for Toronto right now, VanVleet in the backcourt. Trent Jr. to his side. There's Boucher out there with Anunoby. And it's Siakam in at the 5, roaming the paint. Burnett shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. Here's Durant. Fred VanVleet grabs the miss.
Oh, I can see some miscommunication on defense there very clearly. They were super fortunate it didn't torch them with that mistake.
Richard, you grew up in Arizona. What do you think of the Suns right now and what they've done the last 2 seasons?
Oh, how much time do you got? All my friends back home are just loving it. Chris Paul, he has helped change the culture with Monty Williams. Great job by the front office. They have put in so much young talent, and they have coached them up. They are a complete team. And like I said, how much time you got? We could do this all day.
We could indeed. And Toronto making a change here. Barnes is checked in. And he's good on the second. Nets trail by 13. Sumner passes to Irving. Here's Sumner, covered by VanVleet. Irving against Barnes. Shot clock at 6. To the left wing. O'Neal from long range. Rebound by the Raptors. Barnes has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Anunoby. No good on the triple. Brooklyn with the ball. They've only given up 1 point in the second quarter. That one coming at the line. Barnes with it. He's picked up by O'Neal. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Kevin Durant learned an important lesson at age 11. His dad cooked him one-on-one, dunking on him and talking trash. Durant started crying and he locked himself in his room, but he came to realize, what am I so mad at? It's good to be passionate, but channel it. Once you're off the court, leave it and go back to being you. Kevin?
Great advice. David, thanks. Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Markieff Morris. And it's Ben Simmons in for Edmund Sumner. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Van Vliet against Simmons. Just 5 to shoot. Anunoby, good.
And what an assured player. Anunoby believes in his ability to shoot the ball off the catch.
Here's Simmons. He has 6. Outside, KD. And oh, he jams it right over Scotty Barnes. Wow.
Okay, KD put a little extra on that one.
Greg, Ben Simmons, one of 4 players in the entire history of the NBA to average at least 7 rebounds and 7 assists per game through his first 4 seasons.
Think about it, joining Magic Johnson, Oscar Robinson, and Luka Doncic. That is some pretty elite level company.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
And you watch the way that Siakam plays. It can get you in the open court or in half-court sets. Great forward who gives you a little bit of everything.
And he makes the first. And for Siakam, Greg, he almost epitomizes the modern forward.
And that's not to say he's the best forward, but he displays all the skills you now expect from that position. Solid player who any team would love to have.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. It's deflected. They recover it. The shot's good.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Irving passes to Durant. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
A near 7-footer. KD shooting almost 90% from the line for his career. That's a rare combination.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line in the game.
And over the course of last year, he was up over 90%. And with a stroke like that, you see why.
2 shots.
That's good from Durant. Durant hits them both. And you see players trying to get the officials to blow the whistle. Were players in your day, Greg, falling down as much as they seem to be doing now?
Oh, it's way more common now. And let's face it, it's a copycat league. All the whistles slow the game down. I just love to see them let a little bit more go. It's been their Achilles heel defensively. They just have not been able to control that backboard.
KD against Anunoby. Shoots over Anunoby. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Well, Durant must be making the defense sweat a little bit right now. Whenever he gets into a rhythm, he gets aggressive.
Pass to Trent. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Brooklyn with the rebound.
And even though he hasn't been himself, it hasn't affected his team too much. They've still got the lead.
Back to Durant. O'Neal, that's a 2-pointer. And that one off the back of the rim and in. O'Neal's got his 2nd basket. The pass to Anunoby. Back to Van Vliet. Trent outside. Pulls up on the elbow. That falls. Great assist by Van Vliet. Trent's got his 3rd basket of the night. Simmons against Van Vliet. Outside for KD. That's no good. It's his second miss. He's made 4. Van Vliet passes to Anunoby. Feeds to Barnes. Stolen by Durant. Passes it to Simmons. And a wide open look for Irving. Drains it from beyond the arc. Irving's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Pass to Anunoby. Now Trent. Back to Anunoby. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. One of the biggest changes in the NBA since I started broadcasting back in the early 80s, player movement, Richard. Guys switching teams all the time. Is that a good thing or a bad thing for the NBA?
I think for players, it's great because you have more mobility. You have a chance to change your environment and revitalize you. For the fans, I understand. Probably not so much because really they connect to these players, especially when you draft them or they're a part of an epic year or a championship. You just hate to see those players go. So there's 2 sides to it.
And I bet as a player, knowing you as I do, you probably enjoy the challenge of trying to reassert yourself, find out where you could best help your new team.
Yes, and you enjoy your new role. I've been in roles where I was expected to be a leading scorer. I've also been in a role where I was expected to mentor Kawhi Leonard, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Harrison Barnes. All those guys were drafted at my time in Golden State.
And the Nets making a change here. Sharp's checked in. Both free throws good from Anunoby. And so Simmons will bring it up for Brooklyn. They trail by 14. Durant for 3. And it's good, assisting on the play with Simmons. Simmons got 5 assists in the game. Trent outside. And here is Anunoby. He picked up 21 points in their last win against Cleveland.
He's more than chipped in on the glass as well. Just a tremendous effort last time out. Some people could say he's struggling on offense this period. I like to think of more of drowning. Just can't seem to find his confidence.
And after all the drama and wanting out, Kyrie Irving remains a net. Feels like a bit of a farewell tour, but winning can heal all. And you never know what the future may hold, especially with Kyrie.
That free throw, no good.
And Kyrie Irving, a Picasso with the ball in his hands. And like a lot of genius-level creators, he marches to the beat of his own drum.
Ken Burks has checked in for OG Anunoby. And he sinks the second. And you know, Greg, Kyrie sometimes is just a tough guy to figure out.
And the danger is pulling too much in your own direction. Even he confessed regrets about in Cleveland withdrawing from teammates and isolating himself. All part of growth.
Pass to Achua. 6 on the shot clock. And again, Toronto no up. Nets trail by 10 on the wing, Irving. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Gary Trent Jr.
Fantastic at earning these whistles in close. Look, Kyrie, he has no fear when attacking any defense.
And out the line, shooting 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
Something that really speaks to Kyrie's talent is his ability to impact the game the minute he steps on the floor. The game changes completely with the ball in his hands.
The Raptors making a switch here. Flynn's checked in. Both free throws good from Kyrie Irving. Raptors leading by 8. Toronto calls timeout. This game against Brooklyn here, it's their first look at the Nets.
And they usually came out on top when these two teams faced off last year.
no surprise, they're the better team.
Your Brooklyn Nets. Make some noise, everyone. Big round of applause for the Brooklyn Nets kids.
Achua finds Birch. Barnes with it. Toronto working the ball around now. To the paint. To the right side. Here's Achua.
Brooklyn foul. D1 shot. First personal foul.
Thomas checked in for Brooklyn. Otto Porter Jr. He's checked in for Toronto. On defense, Brooklyn, 8-point game. The pass to Achua. And here's Trent outside. Hits it from three-point range. Trent's got 9.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
Here's Durant. That one is good again. He's 6 straight from the floor with the basket.
And he has been on fire this quarter in terms of his scoring. Hopefully, that fire spreads to his other guys and they can rally.
Outside, Porter. Passes it to Achua. Over Durant. Achua, no good. And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They trail by 9 points. Durant in the corner. Sharp, the pass to Simmons. Durant deciding where to go with it. 5 on the clock. Irving for 3. Porter pulls it in. Toronto leading by 9. Trent with the wide open look. Good, and a nice assist from Porter.
3.
Trent's got a pair of triples in the second now for Toronto. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
Yeah, he needs to tell his guys to just box out with some energy. That's basic basketball. They've been lazy on the backboard and have allowed way too many second chance points.
Edwards, he's checked in for the Nets. Mills comes in for Kyrie Irving. Nets trail by 12. Mills passes to Thomas. Inside. And it's Simmons. That time on the assist by Thomas. 8 points for Ben Simmons.
I like the intention, the focus, finding a way to make it work inside.
Pass to Porter. A 3-ball. No good on that one. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Up next for them, the Grizzlies at the FedEx Forum. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. Toronto leading by 10. Trent gets the bucket. 14 points for Gary Trent Jr.
Talk about putting a team on your back. He has been dominant this quarter, and I don't think they are winning without him.
Now here's Simmons. 8 points for him. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And sometimes you have no chance at stopping Simmons from the interior. Just a very skilled player who gets these calls routinely.
It's his first trip to the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
A walking triple-double threat. Simmons needs to keep working on developing that jump shot to be truly unguardable.
Thaddeus Young, he's checked in for the Raptors. And he makes both free throws. And the Raptors call time here.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
Yeah, this is a good opportunity to get your group together and make sure everyone is on the same
For
page.
your next youth dance team. Come together and make some noise for your Brooklyn Nets Kids Dance Team.
Raptors leading by 10. Outside, Porter. Pass to Young. Trent outside. To the inside. Here's Birch. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Official. Is on the call with the foul.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Raptors have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
He misses the free throw. Can't make the second free throw either. Missing both. Nets trail by 10. Simmons with it. And it's Trent picking him up.
And no issues getting up for Simmons. An emphatic 2 points from the Australian.
And they are really racking up the assists in this one.
And their team chemistry is evident. These guys enjoy playing with one another.
Outside Flynn. Birch the pass to Porter. That one falls. Porter's got 5 points so far.
And good defense, but better offense. Porter has skills, no doubt about it.
Now the pass to Mills. Misses the 3. Raptors leading by 10. To the middle. Here's Birch. The shot's good on the assist by Flynn. Flynn's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Passes to Simmons. It's Thomas outside. Flynn grabs the miss. Toronto shooting around 43% from the floor in the second quarter. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. The Nets have tremendous talent, of course, but there have been some challenges. Katie says, I know the fans have high expectations for us, but if you're a fan, you'll appreciate Nets basketball and what we're trying to build, and you'll follow us along this journey because you never know what may happen. Kevin, back to you.
Great. David, thank you. For Brooklyn, they have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line.
And last season, when they got themselves to the line, they usually came through as a team up around 81%.
Morris is checked in for the Nets. And Toronto also making a switch. Chris Boucher's checked in for Kem Birch. And the free throw, no good.
And here in the second quarter, he's starting to work himself to the free throw line. That's a good move.
And the basket is good. Got it to... Go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Wound up shooting 85 from the line a season ago, which is an exceptional percentage.
The free throw drops for Trent. 1:37 left to play here in the second quarter. Outside Edwards for the three. Flynn grabs the miss.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
And Mills kicks to Edwards. And Thomas has it in the corner. Sinks the three-pointer. And 1:01 left now here in the second. Flynn the pass to Boucher. Back to Flynn. Shoots over Mills. A nice shot by Flynn. Flynn's got his second basket of the night.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
Flynn against Simmons. The three from Mills. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got his 6th assist on the night.
Yeah, that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's Young, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
And very quietly, Young just continues to be an efficient player, a multi-talented swingman who does a little bit of everything.
For Toronto, they have made 8 of their 12 free throws in this game. That one is off. So for the Nets, O'Neal's checked in for Simmons, and Edmund Sumner's subbed in for Patty Mills. Then for the Raptors, Pascal Siakam comes in for Chris Boucher. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Trent. He doesn't get the second one. And Morris has got the ball here for Brooklyn. 9-point game. Here's Sumner. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Over Flynn. Again, the Nets for 2.
Anytime you get a nice look inside, it's a good possession.
And so it's the Toronto Raptors bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Kevin, how did you get in that groove offensively in the first half?
Well, I'm just playing off of my teammates. They're doing a great job of penetrating and kicking, and I'm not trying to force anything. I'm playing my game with an offense, and shots are starting to fall for me.
Looks good out there so far. Thanks, Kevin. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, and welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here. If your name is Shaquille O'Neal, raise your hand, please. If your name is Shaquille O'Neal, raise your hand, please. I guess Shaq's not here today. If your name is Kenny the Jet Smith, raise your hand, please. There. And I'm Kevin Harlan. Fred VanVleet has been the story in this one. He had 18 points, 6 assists, and 1 block. And let's get your thoughts, big fella, on the Raptors.
They were getting after it on the glass, like wild animals. They got a nice edge in that department, which has led to this lead. They won the heart and hustle battle in that first half. Now
and Kenny, what are your thoughts on Brooklyn?
So far, this isn't a game they wanted to give their home crowd. They were looking very pedestrian out. But there is time to turn this around. These fans showed up for them. They're screaming, they're yelling. The place is going wild. So they need to show up in return.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half, about to get underway.